Eyes down for it.
Right folks, there you go. I think you will agree that that is pretty bloody accurate to say that lathe was made during the Second World War. That's done pretty well to bore that to that size, and it's a perfect fit on there as well. It goes into there like that. There we go. So I can now start to repair this. Right, when I've got it together, bye now. 4:30, and that goes, and there we are folks. Just stick this in there like that, and there's, I've not brazed it yet, I've countersunk those ready to braze them on, and that fits in there like that. So that is the job repaired, and I would have got it done today, but I've had a visitor, so I haven't got it done. But I don't think that's, I think that's worked out very well. I think that's worked out very well. Indeed, that fits there beautifully. When you consider that this was what was left of the tube down the middle. Can you see that? Yes. Focus, focus. This is what was left of the tube down the middle. It's pretty knackered, is that? So there we are, and of course the new one's unavailable. There's no spare parts virtually for these available now. You have to make do and mend. I think you can get the injection parts, but I looked this up. This is the early stop lever, and I looked it up, and lots of people listed it, but nobody had any stock, so it's quite expensive. It's quite expensive, of course, as well. That goes through there like that, somehow or other. It does if you get it in line like that, and then that nut goes on the end there. So there's the job fixed. Right, and that'll be the last job for today. It's actually only taken me 2 or 3 hours to make that. I'm very pleased with the way the lathe bored it so concentrically and everything. So I'll see you all tomorrow for Wednesday's fun and games. Bye now. Better. Right, okay, so what we're on with this morning is brazing these on, and I've arranged that little clip to stop the bottom part coming off, because it is also, I think, brazed on. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try to squeeze enough argon out of my TIG just to get this brazed, right? If I can't do it, I'll have to do it with the blowlamp, but there you go. Right, I'm going to set it all up and I'll bring you back and we'll do it. Alright, bye now. There we are folks. It's not the proudest job of brazing I've ever done, because we can only just get enough heat on, but it has got it, and that's the main thing. And the outside has got hard solder in it, so that'll hold that. It's only a stop lever. All it has to do is push the stop rack, right? But because that was brazed, I think you are, aren't you? Because that was brazed and covered with a nice layer of brass, it hard soldered really easily and tinned right through, so that is stuck. Won't have a problem with that. If it shears off again, I'll just repair it again, but I think that's got that. So it all went well at first, and then tonty shit. Never mind, it's done. So I can put that back on, and while I'm on, I'm going to make a gasket for this, which is the hour meter. I'm going to make a gasket for that, and we'll have that put back on as well. So when I'm doing that, I'll bring you back. Bye now. Oh look, the cup of tea's come. I couldn't stand anymore. A cup of tea. Bye now. Folks, got the stop lever back on. We've got the hour meter back on. And the stop lever's all working. And returns. So there you go. Right, so what's next? I think next I'll put the cowl on. think next I'll put the cowl on, because that last couple of hours has tried my patience. I need something relaxing to do, so I shall struggle with the cowl. On we go. Bring you back in a bit. Look at the mess in here. Right folks, we're outside. That's the cowl wax oiled and thoroughly wax oiled round all the repairs, and the badge is on and it's ready to fit. So I'm just going to let that air off now and let the white spirit evaporate, and then we'll get it clapped on. So we're all ready. We've got the gasket on. The gasket probably wants a bit of wax oil painting on there, but that's neither here nor there. Right, crack on again. I know. And how's that? That's all the bolts in. I can't tighten them up until I've fitted the bonnet. So the next thing to do, I suppose, is put the bonnet together. But putting it on that rubber there has just elevated it enough for that to be now a perfect fit instead of being forced down, right? Because it was like pushed down before and it was no good. So that's just perfect now, just perfect. You can see it's all well wax oiled as well, because that's the bugger that rots. So there we go. Right, nice badge, even though it's got hardly any chrome on it. But it's clean. I think it's cleaned up all right. That's fine. I'm not into buying new badges and making it look absolutely like it came out of the factory. That'll do for me. Right, bonnet, big sheets spread out on the floor. Bye now. Here's a piece of solid advice for you people. When you're rebuilding a Fordson Major, fit these buggers first, because these biff rivets are a little sod to separate the legs. I've got it done. It's good. I've got my hinges on with a little spacer underneath. If they don't work out right, I shall put another spacer underneath to lift the bonnet a bit, but it's looking good. So that's that one on, and I'm now going to do this one, which fits on the inside. Right, okay, let's see how that goes. That should be probably more difficult. Alright then, I'll bring you back and I've got it done. It's beginning to fall together. Not to pieces, together. Bye now. That's it folks. 5 to 5. And I've got this side finished. I've got the rubbers riveted on. Badges on. I've just got that badge to tighten up. Handles on. Rubber rivets on at this end. Right, so it's been very, very fiddly. Getting these rivets in without scratching the paint is fiddly. But once they're in, they'll get a, that's it. I think that badge looks better than a new one, because it gives it an air of been there and done that. I don't know. What am I talking about? I think that looks lovely. I'm very pleased with that. Well pleased with it. Right folks, that's it. Wednesday's over. It's been quite productive. We've finished that. We've done that. We've put the bonnet on. We've put the front cowl on. We've put the front badge on. We've got all the front cowl done with wax oil, which with any luck will stop it rotting ever again. I've set the gap there. You set the gap here by sliding the cowl slightly backward and forwards, and it's actually come out really well. It's actually come out really well. Very pleased with it. Right, and yet it's only Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow for Thursday. Bye now. Good afternoon folks, it's 3:40 Thursday and I haven't shot anything yet, so I'm going to shoot this now. I've got the bonnet on, I've got it fitting of a fashion. It needs to settle in, it needs driving and then readjusting of course. I've had to centre that up to get that in the centre hole, but that's done. So we've now got both sides fitted and fitting. That stands a bit proud there. I don't know why. I can set it down tighter on the, I might do that actually, set that the latch down tighter to pull down more. Right, but other than that, I think it looks very good. Putting these rubbers on is a swine of a job. I've been more or less I've had 2 visitors, but I've been more or less all day putting these bloody rubbers on. And once again, I beseech you, if you're rebuilding one of these things, before you put the nose cone on, put the rubbers down, because they're a sod to put on from underneath when it's on. Put the rubbers on first, then fit it. Right? These are not so bad, but would have been probably easier to do them off the tractor. So there you go. There'll be a bit of touching up to do where I've marked the paintwork, but that's neither here nor there. It's just a matter of stopping it rusting. There you go. So she's looking good. She's going back together. Everything seems to be fitting quite well now. And what's the next job going to be? I think the next job is going to be painting the wheels. That'll be a job for tomorrow, but I think that's the next job, painting the wheels. There you go, everything's finished down there. Got to put the oil in, of course, get the engine started and check the hydraulics, make sure they work, and paint the wheels. Right. Righty, right. Onward. I'll bring you back when I've got something interesting to show you. I do like those badges. Just look at the light shining off those badges. They've got a certain vintage look about them. With them being a bit brass showing through, they've got a real sort of vintage look about them. I didn't bother buying these new either. What I've done with these is I've smoothed them down, taken the lumps off, the sharpness off with wire wool, and then I've painted wax oil into. I've just painted them with wax oil and rubbed it into the holes, and that should, with any luck, stop the corrosion getting any worse. But there you go. Looks well. Bring you back when I've got something more to show you. Oh, I think I'm going to have to reroute this. I think that goes probably to there, and then that probably goes under there and round like that. That seems to make sense. So we're going to have a reroute there. That does appear to, it might even go like that, I suppose. I suppose it might go like that. Yeah, it might go like that. I might do that. Just a couple of clips on the chassis. Sorry, I'm not showing you what I'm doing. A couple of clips on the chassis just to hold that under there, like that. That's for the head and dip, and then that'll go back and under there and clip on, and that'll keep that out of the way. Right, I'll see if I can adjust this other catch a little bit. Bye now. Thursday, 4:58. I am calling the bodywork done. I've centred that up, and I've been round with the wax oiled inside these hollow sections. I've made me outer check chain, which stops the mad waggling, and then I got out some of my grease cartridges and I went and greased round, and I think I've more or less got every grease nipple, but I'm going to check in the manual, but not today. Oh, there's one, look under there. I'll just do that one. I'm going to check tomorrow, because that's the end of the day for today. I think that bonnet fits remarkably well. The front cowl looks well, and I've been looking at these, and I may just I've got some mesh of this type, but this, you'll notice, is flat, and most expanded metal is twisted. So I'm going to have a look at what I've got, and of course the hard part of the job is not the mesh. The hard part is making this piece of metal to fold around the edge and tack on. But I'm going to see if I can either repair these or make some. We can possibly repair one and make the other. I don't know. That's for tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. Right, that's it for Thursday, folks. Big grease gun. So, see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow's job is going to be paint the wheels, I think. Paint the wheels. Paint the inside of the wheels and maybe fit them. And then paint the outside with them on. with a bit of sheeting down, that should be fine. I don't know whether I should actually just brush them actually. I could just brush them. We'll see how it goes. But that's it. That's all greased round and all the arms work and everything. I'm ready for the hydraulics to make sure the hydraulics work. Greased all the steering. So, see you all tomorrow to paint the wheels, tidy up. Bye now. Good lunchtime, folks. Well, should I say really good afternoon. Looky. That's the inside. That's the outside. I've already painted the inside of that one. I'm going to spin this one around now and paint the outside. First coat. It doesn't look like there's going to be enough paint. Maybe there will be. To put 2 coats on. But I can soon get another can. So there you go. That's the orange going on. What have I done this morning? Well, I got here at 10:30. I've put some on the bonnet stays. I've put some split pins through the ends of the bonnet stays so they can't fall out of the rubbers I've put on. I finished fitting the bonnet to the point where I'm happy with it. I've looked at the... Oh look, it's got orange paint on it like it should have. I've looked at these and I don't reckon I can do anything with them, and the wire mesh I've got is completely too huge anyway, so I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and order a pair, actually buy some. I suppose it's maybe not that too much. I mean, it does look, it is the looks of the tractor. I've got a bit of checker plate here. I'm thinking of putting a heat shield on there with a bit of that checker plate, but that's still at the thought stage. Right, I've done both sides. I've put a bracket on the oil line to stop it dandering, because you don't want a copper oil line dandering about. That's all fixed. There's another one on it there, so that's finished. Bonnet's finished. I've got to clip that wiring harness up somehow. I showed you that check chain I put on yesterday. I think, do you know, that's my wax oil on there. I think, you know, that we're about there. Get these wheels painted, get the muck off those, and I think we're about there. Ready for a start up. And there you go. Oh, oiling. I've got to put the oil in. You've got to put the oil in the gearbox and the oil in the transmission. 40 litres in the transmission. I think there's I'm not sure what's in there. 10 litres I think at least. So right, so I'm going to crack on with painting these wheels, and when I've got them done I'll bring you back. That one's going to be awkward to say the least. Right, yes, it's Good Friday. I'm here because I said that any Friday you can work on your tractor is a Good Friday. Bye now. Oh, come on. There we are, folks. Just gone 1 o'clock. 1. There we are, folks. First coat on 2 sides. So they are just tacking off now, and I shall give them another probably half hour. I'll have a cup of tea, and then I will probably recoat the insides, give the put the second coat on the insides, and then fit them, because I can then catch that bit when I paint the second coat, and then that's it. Isn't it amazing? You spend months and months on a project like this, and all of a sudden it's finished. You know, and you never realised you were getting that close. You knew you were somewhere near, but you never realised it was that close. And there we are. Right, I'm going to have a cup of tea to celebrate. Bye now. Afternoon, folks. Friday. Good Friday, or at least as far as I'm concerned, fairly reasonable Friday. I've trashed the workshop, and I decided the only way to get a decent finish on these wheels was to spray them. So at 3:30 I set up with bits of cloth and a sharp chisel, well not a sharp chisel but a narrow thin chisel, pushing them under the edge of the rim just to mask it off quickly. Tape doesn't stick to tyres. In the olden days, when I was an employee, we used to paint them with waste oil. Right? Car wheels, any wheels that you didn't want to take the tyres off to paint, just paint them with waste oil or grease. Just get some grease and just carefully go around the edges with a paintbrush full of grease. And when you'd finished, just wash it off. Tyre wall black, make good. But that's it. That is now done. They're going to go on Monday. They've had 2 coats on the inside and 2 coats on the outside. And they're going to, because they're sitting that way, we won't get any runs on it. I had to lower them down. I put a shackle through one of the bolt holes. There's a shackle rig here with 3 shackles, and then put the good old crane onto them, load them to the floor, and that's how I'll pick them up as well. I don't think I'll be able to pick them up, not with my back. Right, folks, we've had a good week. Oh, I've been round this as well. I've sorted out 3 bolts to bolt the PTO cover on. I've been round and checked all this, bent all the split pins over, moused the pins on the shackles so that they can't come out. And I honestly think we're finished. As I said, I'll put a heat protector on there because that bit of the bonnet just gets black straight away. I'll fix this wiring harness up, clip it up into place so that it's not dangling. I've done this isn't dangling anymore. I think we're finished. Apart from lights, there's always an apart from, isn't there? Apart from lights, which I haven't got, I've wax oiled down the holes, I've wax oiled down the breather holes, and wax oiled inside these box sections. So that's done. I don't know whether to buy a light set for it or not, because of course driving around the field, the first thing you do with the light set is break it, isn't it, with lights sticking out here. I've got 2 jobs left to do. First job is to make a bonnet. I've ordered new grills, they're on the way. Is to make a protector to go around there, just to protect the front end of the tractor, stick out about there, right? And that'll just stop trees and bushes and stuff knocking the shit out of the tractor, which will eventually happen. The other job I've got to do is to put the rollover bar on, the anti-squash the driver bar on, which is in the loop and back outside. So what I shall be doing on Monday is firstly tidying the workshop, because it's a right mess. Look at that. And the second job I shall be doing is going in the loop and back and getting the anti-roll bar out. And we shall see what we shall see. Right, folks, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for pressing the like button, for sending me comments. Look at that, beautiful day in Langtoft. Beautiful late afternoon, well, early afternoon I suppose, mid-afternoon, 4 o'clock, whatever it is. And I'll see you all next week. Cheers, bye bye now.